Hello, Professor. It's Ashish Vatnani over here. Today I'll be elaborating my assignment 3, which is a simple to-do application with a front end as well as back end. In back end, we have used Node.js as a framework on top of it, Express.js. Uh, in this assignment, I have used MongoDB as my database with a Mongoose as a middleware. And in front end, it's a React.js application. Uh, as you can see my shared screen, the current application opened as a backend server. I'll be going through it and elaborate about the structure which I've created. Uh, from the template which was given, it had few flaws regarding the coding structures as well as the splitting of the code. As of now, which I have created a few folders regarding the specific functionality achieved by each folders. This config has db.js, which includes the code of database connections. Apart from it, controllers have the logic of each and every endpoint which is created for the application. For example, create node, which has the comments above on top of it in order to just give a higher level overview to any other developer who is reading the code. uh, Similarly, get all nodes is an api, so this controllers has a heart of each and every api uh, which has been consumed in the front end. So similarly, this is update node with an id api, delete node API, or delete all nodes API, and this is get nodes by a search API thing. So what I have done is I have written down all the logic of each and every API in controller section, uh, and I have utilized that logic of APIs with a address being pointed into routes section. So let's say I want to point out create node API as a post API on localhost 3001, which is my running port number slash note. So routes files helps me to point out these structures like this way. Similarly, plural things like get all nodes, search multiple nodes, and delete all nodes are being listed out in notes.js instead of node.js. Uh, Apart from it, app.js is a root file which has the declaration and the initialization of our application is done from app.js. And yep, uh, models.js has the schema which is being used to store in our database, uh, which has few things. As per the requirement of the assignment, text is a string type which is required, and I have already kept down the validation right over here. Similarly, a date created is a date type thing, and last modified is a date as well. Uh, as we are aware about MongoDB, it appends the ID attributes by default, so it's not even needed to initialize right over here. So, yep, that's it from the backend part. In order to have a visual overview, let's switch over to the front end, which I've created. So, yeah, so the front end part, which has been created throughout the React.js, in order to make it compatible with my backend, I have changed. I have changed the packet.json for updating my Babels and stuff like that. That was one thing. Apart from it, I have this this I think is prettier changes. There isn't much changes over here, but yeah, there were few changes regarding the data point, as well as new note, uh, which I have changed according to my schema designed in the backend. So that is one change which is being notified from a few APIs. Uh, Apart from it, um, I have installed a third party NPM package for displaying dates in a formatable manner called Day.js, which is a pretty popular NPM package used in the industry in order to display the dates in a formatted manner. So yeah, that's it from front end. Let's go to our UI to have a look on our application. So I'll just delete everything as of now. So let's create our first node while putting our content. This is my first node, which can be anything. Let's create it. So as you can see, our first node has been created, which has its text right over here. Um it shows a date and the timestamp which has been created, October 30th, 23, 9:16. Similarly, let's create second, third. So, yep, there are multiple nodes which are being created. So, as you can see, the timestamp is 9:16 and 9:17, and I would like to edit this node while editing my content and clicking on save. So, yep, after even refreshing, it has successfully been edited from database level as well. And as you can see, the last modify has been changed from 9:16 p.m. to 9:70. So, create functionality is being showcased, list all functionality is being showcased, and update individual nodes is also being displayed as well. Now, another thing is delete individual node. Let's say I want to delete the second node. What I'll do is like I'll click on a delete button, and yep, the node is deleted successfully. Uh, let's say I want to have a search on node. So ideally, this, and this should pop up, and yep, all three are visible. Apart from it, what I'll do is I'll now delete all nodes. Before deleting all nodes, what we can do is like have a look on our DB level. So what I'll do is I'll go into my database, browse collection, in my test, in notes. So yeah, as you can see, the entries are right over here. And once I go to my front end, delete all notes, and boom, the notes are deleted. Even I think from my database level as well. Yep, there are no notes. So, yep, that's it from my end. Thank you so much.